Do you remember what it felt like the first time you got your blunderbuss bashed into a beautiful mashed potato-like pulp by the life-size 7'1" Shaquille O'Neal statue your sister won in the Korean cream pie competition that had over 9,000 male participants? Well, I do, because it was one of the most wholesome moments of my life, knowing that my sis worked so hard to provide me with that exquisite statue. And you know what I learned a while back? I was talking to a professional female porn star about her family-friendly career choice when she informed me that after taking roughly 5 dicks at once, her vision starts to become blurry. Speaking of blurry, did you know it's actually rare for a person to be able to blur their vision on command? I was talking to a buddy of mine when we were in the bathtub together and he was bewildered at the thought that I could blur my vision whenever I please. Go ahead and try it. It helps if you cross your eyes. Now say ooh woo for me. Speaking of ooh woo, that's exactly what I want to do whenever food gets delivered to my mouth after a full day of not eating. It has to be one of the greatest feelings in human history whenever you're preparing to devour your favorite meal after a long day of twerk. Speaking of long days at twerk, one of my favorite snacks to consume after a stressful day of manual labor is a nice ice cold cock, as well as some extra toasty cheeses. The bitterness of the toasted cheeses along with the powerful punch of the cock just organizes my insides in such a magnificent way that gets me feeling malevolent. You know what else makes me feel malevolent? When children cough. That shit pisses me off. Why does every single small child below the age of 10 cough like they're on a casting call for a fucking Call of Duty zombie? It's so crunchy and nasty. It smells like they've been smoking fentanyl or some shit. Alright, this is supposed to be wholesome. I just had to get that off my mind. Speaking of minds, what if your mind was actually just a black hole, and that's why your dreams don't seem to have a sense of time? Like, you know how black holes feed on the energy of different stars and dark matter? What if that's what your brain is doing while you're asleep, and that's why your dreams are sporadic and don't tend to make any sense whatsoever? Your brain just takes bits and pieces of things that happen throughout your day/life and throws together a shitty indie movie plot that makes sense while you're in it, but doesn't mean a damn thing once you wake up. Speaking of waking up, I had a rough time doing that this morning after I spent roughly 4 hours straight doom scrolling baby kitten videos on TikTok. I don't even like cats that much. Something inside of me just insisted I admire them that night, and now I want a fucking kitten. So, kitten applications are in the description if you're interested. Now riddle me this. If you were in the market to open a new restaurant, what if the name of the place was just Open Restaurant? That way you'd be the first result on Google if someone was searching for open restaurants. You can't say that isn't genius. Speaking of genius, true geniuses don't write others off based on their views. That being said, I heard a very good quote the other day. As a straight man, you can learn a lot from gay dudes. I mean, think about it. Gay dudes love men, right? And if you're trying to figure out what exactly suits you with your current build, and you don't want the lesser gender's shitty opinion, you can just go ask a gay dude, and they'll be straight up with you, ironically. It's just a proven fact that men know more about men than women do. So I'm just gonna say it. Marry a man instead of a woman. So far, the only people that have taken that advice to heart are the members of my Discord server. Speaking of which, let's take a gander at some of the heartwarming but probably horrendously wholesome thoughts that those sexy individuals came up with. You know how Bubba's alt pushes people away? Maybe it's because he knows that people will become addicted and loving to him, that he sadly has to push people away for their own safety. I've said this before. The reason Bubba has to wear a mask 24/7 is because if you were to catch even a micro penis level glance at Bubba's Dior Sauvage like jawline, your britches would get ripped off by the sheer force of the erection that started brewing in your pants. Hell, even breathing the same air molecules as Bubba could be lethal, and that's why he wears a gas mask. Bubba is the ultimate hugger. His fat encompasses your whole body, mimicking hugging a massive fluffy teddy bear. This is why I don't get the whole fat phobia crisis that people have. If you hug a poofer of a human, you're only gonna gain net positives, and Bubba's no different. Bro, imagine hugging the whale played by Brendan Fraser. What if Ram, instead of beating the absolute shit out of you, he was instead just trying to give you a fist bump? This is actually a hidden Easter egg in the game that no one discovered yet. You know how the perfect dap exists? Well, if you melee Ramatra at the exact time he fists you, a sound cue plays and your character starts to uncontrollably bust and splooge everywhere, instantly winning you the game. What if instead of Reaper's ult just killing everyone, he said loves and blows everyone a kiss? This is just Reaper's alter ego. This is actually what Reaper's ult would canonically be if he wasn't in pain 24/7. Thinking of it, Orisa doesn't need a shield because she is the shield. She's using herself as your protection. Remember that next time you disrespect the horse. If this didn't already seem fucked up, just remember that Orisa is canonically not even a year old. You are using an infant as your shield and screaming at her every time she makes a slight mistake. But that's how I'm gonna raise my children, so imagine having one of those 3 a.m. talks on different different games with Winton or Sigma. Would be so lit, to be honest. Okay, a late night talk with Winton wouldn't be half bad, since he's a smart scientist. But I don't know why you included Sigma. He would just be munching sweet and nothing burgers the entire conversation. You have technically never watched an entire movie since you are blinking. And because you're blinking, you are missing like a fucking microsecond of the movie. I've actually thought about this before. You know what? I'm gonna put a picture of Cassidy's oiled up grippers on the screen for a singular frame somewhere in the video. And the first person to comment the exact time gets pinned. And if you're lucky, I'll pin you against a wall as well. So if I were you, I would grab a nail gun and nail your eyelids to your cranium, that way you don't blink. Would being in Zen's alt IRL be like the ultimate high from how alive you feel? I just realized since it's the iris and iris is a flower and heroin is made from flowers, is Zen's alt like heroin, fuck retards? I'm gonna use this thought to quickly explain to you what morphine felt like the one time I took it. It was the most relaxing, euphoric feeling I've ever felt, behind getting pegged. After taking it, I now understand why people are drug addicts. What if Moira wasn't mentally insane and healed Reaper and helped and healed in game and didn't know what is healing? Holy grammar. Shut the fuck up. I'm check. There's something about shitty grammar that is just ungodly funny. What if Zarya Bubble was just a sphere of pure love that made you feel warm inside? What if Junker Queen's shouts were just pure encouragement and the shield buff is purely from her incredible encouragement? Both of these characters don't need these alternate abilities to make me feel the feelings described. All I need to do is look at a simple photo of their muscle mommy builds. What if Junker Queen's ult is really her just making a fan for everyone, since combat makes you so hot and sweaty? That way there's a nice bit of cooling. Technically she would only be fanning herself since the fan is going towards her, so I guess that means she's a selfish bitch. What if Junkrat was attractive? This video would be the What If channel's most popular video by far, because it's so far-fetched. What if Iyari saying face the sunrise was actually just telling everyone to look at the pretty colors on the horizon? That would be beautiful. You have to remember to enjoy the little things in life sometimes, like sunsets, but never look at the sunrise if Iyari tells you to, because she's probably about to smash it into you. What if Genji's blade was a giant teddy bear, and instead of killing everyone, he gave them teddy bears and hugs? I don't know, but have y'all ever fucked your teddy bear? It's a bit of a strange question, I know, but I feel like it's quite a common occurrence. Personally, I use my stuffed seal pet. What if Mercy never became a doctor and the game was unplayable because the heroes will have only one life? Oh, I fucking can't. I fucking love you, Jerka. What if Farah started a business where she lets people fly on her back, that way they can see the places they've always wanted to see? She could honestly make a shit ton of money off of that. And if she accidentally drops someone and they die, who's gonna confront her about it? What if Sombra wasn't fucking useless? She actually is quite useful, if we're being honest. Like, if you want someone to commit suicide in the middle of a game, just play Sombra. What if Echo could duplicate your favorite TV show characters that got cancelled and released one more episode, perfectly replicating your favorite childhood show one more time? What I would do to get one more glimpse of Margaret Smith. Doomfist is just enjoying zipping around the map. He just happens to run into you. Maybe his big fist feels like a pillow and immediately puts you into a deep sleep. Thinking about it, dying to Doomfist punch wouldn't even be that bad of a way to expire. He would punch you with such a great force that you would probably die instantly upon collision, making it a pain-free experience. What if Overwatch heroes weren't killing each other, but just putting each other to sleep because they know how stressful combat can be and want to help one another? Okay, but what if Junkrat was put into forever sleep? What if Widowmaker didn't get her house band killed and Willad actually join Overwatch and she Willad snipe with Ana? Okay, bro, if I read another one of this dude's comments, I'm gonna fucking die. What if we all didn't invest our time into a Blizzard-made game? Marvel Rivals. Fuck, I'm gonna have to make a tier list on that, huh? Now, this next one isn't really a thought. It's just a conversation I read that made me giggle, so I find it funny I'm in an Overwatch YouTuber server with no clue about Overwatch. To be fair, Nox is just funny. That's the main reason I watch him. Same low-key, although I have to watch him with headphones in because if my mom heard the things he said, I'd get grounded till I'm 18. Dutch. Watched him in front of my dad. He thought it was the funniest shit. I don't have a dad. Damn, man. R.I.P. Daddy for real. The universe is 14 billion years old. There are 2 septillion stars in it. And out of the 2 septillion, Earth not only exists in our star's solar system, it exists in the habitable zone, which only makes up about 30% of our solar system. Earth has been around for 4 billion years. And out of those 4 billion, true humans have existed for only about 200,000 years, aka about 0.0000005% of Earth's entire lifespan. Out of all of these chances, you got to exist at the right time and place place in the vast universe to experience mac and cheese and Overwatch porn. I mean, he said it. I'm actually a big astronomy nerd. I can't believe that we as humans are so unbelievably lucky to exist, and one of the most important things in our culture is paying for taxes. I am so proud to be a human. Your mistakes and bad decisions in the past are one of the factors that contribute to make you feel unhappy. Despite what happened in your past, your identity isn't connected to the things you've done. Every person has a part of their past that they're ashamed to even talk about. However, you deserve to move forward, just like everyone else. By holding on to guilt and regret, you're basically holding yourself back from being a happy and positive thinking person. Everyone makes mistakes, and it depends on you if you're going to dwell on it or use it as a stepping stone to become a better version of yourself. I'm gonna be honest with y'all here. Every single one of you out there have at least one thing in your life that's bothering you currently. Maybe it's a retarded decision you made a while back that you can't seem to get over, or you decided to download Overwatch. You have to understand that no matter how much you beat yourself up about one small or large decision, you're never going to be able to change the outcome. Literally, the only option you have is to continue moving forward. You aren't Tracer, because although you may be a bean-eating British bitch, you don't have a recall. You can't just correct your errors. You gotta face them. Like Knives said, it really is up to you if you want to use your mistakes to become a better version of yourself. Don't compare yourself to fictional characters or anyone else for that matter. The Overwatch heroes are each perfect, except Junkrat, in proportion and attractiveness, except Junkrat. And you shouldn't use them as your baselines for how you see others. Compare yourself to your past. Find aspects you have improved on, and stop doom scrolling through edited reels of individuals who go through huge efforts to make themselves look better. Oh wow, this guy is super lean and muscular. Guess what? He's on PEDs and will die by age 40. Oh wow, this girl is super cute. Guess what? It's a dude with a girl filter on. Okay, that was a great speech until the last part. The girl being a dude is honestly just a W. But in all seriousness, why would you even think about comparing yourself to another person? You're never gonna fucking look or be exactly like another human being. Just take all of your inspiration's greatest assets and assert them into yourself. That way you can be the greatest version of yourself. Like when I was a kid, I used to look up to a bunch of different people in which I was just like them. But then as I grew older, I realized that directly copying someone else's entire personality is generally frowned upon and isn't a positive in even the slightest way. If you act like your true self and don't hide behind an invisible wall, then people will start to feel the same way about you that you used to feel about your inspirations. And let me tell you, there's no better feeling than someone directly telling you that you're their biggest inspiration. That shit will have you feeling on top of the world. Damn, I don't know where the fuck that yap sesh came from, but back to the thoughts. Most people like you. How many people do you not like in your life? It's way less than the number of people that are currently in your life. You see, it's human nature to take criticism to heart, but you have to understand that generally most people you meet in your life think positively of you, unless you're a natural piece of shit or you play Junkrat. And that's all I have for y'all today. As tradition, I got one last thought for you all to take to heart before this video ends. Most wholesome thought yet. You are free to quit playing Overwatch.